Dave, can you tell us about the Cognitive Corporation framework?
Yeah, the Cognitive Corporation framework is our way of looking at the components that an enterprise uses to operate their business. So things like workflow tools, rules engines, reporting tools, and group them into their function. And by understanding their function, we can think about how do we leverage it, when's it appropriate to use it, when are we not using it appropriately, and what information should actually be shared between those components. So in the way that the Cognitive Corporation is set up, we have a thinking process, which is usually people who are looking at information. We have a communicate process, that is how the information gets to those people. And we have an act stage that can start to take actions in an automated fashion that might be things like your business process management tools and your workflow tools. You then have a knowledge base, so you have what you know, and that is typically your databases and other stored assets, could be structured or unstructured. We work through sensing changes in the environment. So a lot of people talk about complex event processing, so you have to be able to sense things. And then finally, you have to be able to learn. And so predictive analytics is one way that we do that, the learning piece. So for us, the Cognitive Corporation is about how to get those components playing those roles to work together, to send the right information to each other so that they can change and adapt and as a whole grow and to get better at whatever the processes our business is carrying out.
How have you used the Cognitive Corporation to help organizations?
Well, what we like to do is go into a corporation and look at their IT and business assets. So how do you work now? What have you invested in? How are you leveraging it? And then marry that up with this vision of systems that cooperate and pass that information. And we've actually then looked to a client and said, okay, you've got these components, but you're not leveraging it to run this part of your business, or you're not leveraging it to its full extent because of some limitations, some manual process you have in place. And we'll score them on that, and that helps us then work through where should we put our effort. Because somebody might think if I go buy this whiz-bang reporting tool, I'll get a lot of value. But if in fact there are workflow problems behind the scenes and you're not collecting the data you need to report in a meaningful manner, that investment is not going to show a lot of value. So we can work with the client to Pareto that out essentially, understand where the valuable projects are, put together a roadmap for those and start to execute and show value quickly.
Click on this link for more information.